Okay, welcome everyone. Good evening and welcome to today's meeting. This is Pecten Toastmasters Club and we are delighted to have you join. I am Toastmaster Ese, the Vice President Education of this club, and I am excited to be anchoring today's session. As today's meeting is themed Love in My Culture, apologies, power just went off in case you can't see me clearly. Today's meeting is themed Love in My Culture. Depending on your language, depending on where you're from, it could mean Ifunaya, like the Igbos say, Soyaya, like the Hausas say, or Ife. Whichever it is, we know that love is something that is understood in all languages, and we are delighted to have you join us today. The anchor theme of it is Love in My Culture, and there's a quote by Moonzajer that says, "My culture is my identity and personality. It gives me spiritual, intellectual, and emotional distinction from others, and I am proud of it." As always, we would start off by reading the Toastmasters promise. You do not need to read along. Please stay muted. You can read, but you don't need to unmute your mic. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring members to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, and to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. I would also go ahead to read the club mission statement. Pecten's club mission is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. I'm very delighted to have you all join us in today's meeting. As I said earlier, I am Toastmaster Ese, and I am glad to have, we seem today is going to be a bubble. As more members try to join in, we would still continue because all our role players are on the call, and it's Toastmasters, where one or two of Toastmasters are gathered, we're already together. Today's meeting is themed Love in My Culture. It's a week to Valentine, and a lot of reactions are ongoing. People are making plans for their loved ones. People are hoping they get gifts, and people are thinking of if they feel loved or did not feel loved. And there are those who even mock what it means or what the expression of love is today. But the key thing we want everyone to remember is that whether you're partnered up romantically, whether it is the love of your friends or the love of your family, there is always love expressed in multiple ways, wherever you're from, whatever your social units. And most importantly, your culture is one that continues to express love in diverse ways. In my culture, we express love through music, we express it through food, we express it through gifts. There are different ways you can express love. For some, it might be in brotherhood, your willingness to go take up arms for another person. For some, it might be the act of service. How willing are you to follow me in everything I do? Love comes and shows in different ways. It might be a parent who chastises a child 1 minute and the next minute already buys something or pets them. There are different ways we show love in different cultures, but it is a language that is understood by everyone. So I'm very delighted to have you all join me in today's meeting. As I said earlier, our I am the Vice President Education for Pecten Toastmasters Club. Our president is happily away on maternity leave. So which is why I have given the introductory remark. We would now immediately move to our Toastmasters meeting. I'm also serving as a Toastmaster of the day because a Toastmaster wears multiple hats. So this is me officially donning on my Toastmaster hats. As the Toastmaster of the day, I would be like an anchor identifying all the signposts throughout the meeting. But a Toastmaster, yes, we wear many hats, but we never work alone. I'll be working with a team of role players to deliver a fantastic meeting. Toastmasters meetings has table topic sessions where we have members come speak off the cuff. We have manual speeches where members come and share a speech based on the project assigned in their chosen pathway. And then we have the evaluation section, because in Toastmasters, evaluation is very important. Feedback is how we grow. So there would also be the evaluation session where we get feedback on how our meeting has progressed and how to improve it going forward. So first off, we'd like to start off with our role players introduction, and to see that off. Okay, there seems to be a lag. Please confirm you can hear and see me. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Tony. Okay, so we will be starting off with our role players introduction, and first role player we'll be introducing today would be our general evaluator. Our general evaluator for today's meeting is distinguished Toastmaster Chuks Wambweze. He is an energy professional. He's in Toastmasters. He has served as the past president of Oil City Speakers Club and is currently the PQD for Division K. He has completed innovative planning and visionary communication pathways. He loves experiencing football and experimenting with music. His favorite quote is, "Where you are born is never as important as what's born in you." Distinguished Toastmaster Chuks Wambweze, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Toastmaster Ese. If I didn't hear anything else, I heard that loud clap and the intent is clear and passed across. Thank you very much. Greetings, Toastmasters, guests on the call already. It's a pleasure to be here and to be serving as general evaluator for this meeting. And in that capacity, I will be leading a team of awesome people here to provide feedback and evaluation with respect to everything that happens in the course of this meeting. I hope we've all had a nice day, and this is a good way to segue into what hopefully turns out an even nicer evening. That said, I will go on to introduce the rest of the team of role players who will be doing this whole evaluation and feedback business with me today. I will start off with introducing the person who serves as our timer, who has told us earlier on that the Toastmaster wears many hats. You can see that this is the third hat she is wearing today. I just wonder how all the hats would sit together when you keep wearing more and more on top of each other. Well, here we are. Our timer for the day is Toastmaster Eseoghene, who is a writer and loves to be known as a professional enjoyment baby girl. Very unique occupation in life. She loves reading and eating free, delicious food, emphasis on the free, and exploring creative works. With respect to our Toastmasters profile, she is on the innovative planning pathway, and she currently serves as the Vice President Education of Pecten Toastmasters Club. Domiciled here in Port Harcourt. Her favorite quote is, "Examine the labels you apply on yourself or to yourself. Every label is a boundary or limit you will not let yourself cross," a quote by Wayne Dyer. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ese, for serving as our timer today. If we can, let's give her a round of applause, please. Yeah. All right, we'll move on very quickly. Okay. Aha, I
I
don't know
will
how
be
this thing works again. And maybe I'm becoming
sorry.
rusty. This is my second Toastmasters meeting for the year. So
It's
I
fine.
know, yeah, I can hand this back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the
No,
Day.
it's I have to introduce how I will be sharing the timing cards. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay. So
So good
please go
evening,
ahead.
everyone. And I
Mhm.
would be using the chat box to share the timing card. So when a speech is qualified, you would see green as is being shown on the chat box. When it is you're supposed to be rounding up, you would see yellow. And when your speech, you have a 30 seconds grace period to round up of your speech, you would see red. There's only one manual speech planned today, and it's for 5 to 7 minutes, while the table topic section is for 1 to 2 minutes. So at the 1 minute mark, I would share green. At the 1 minute, 30 seconds mark, I would share yellow. And at the 2 minute mark, I would share red. Thank you, and back to you, our General Evaluator.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. That's crystal clear. And I think Zoom has improved these days, both on phones and on PCs. There was a time on my phone, if you said you were going to share all those emoticons, all I'll see will be gray. And you know that the shape of heart is red. So when I see heart, it means that maybe my time is up. But apart from that, I only see gray. But these days, you see all the colors. So kudos to the software that took us through the dark ages of the epidemic. Sorry, not epidemic now, pandemic. I have too many medical professionals in this call to be making this kind of errors. All right, our next role player today is our accountant, my fave herself. Her name is Toastmaster Equity Joy James serves as our accountant today. She is a biomedical scientist and data analyst by occupation. In terms of Toastmasters profile, she currently serves as vice president membership of this very special club, Pecten Toastmasters Club, and is on the dynamic leadership pathway. Her hobbies include making money, traveling, spending time with family, and watching interesting shows. Favorite quote is that quote from Tom Ford, which says, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Please welcome with me to tell us a little about her role today, Toastmaster Equity Joy James.
Thank you so much. The zinc DTM shakes my busy. I don't want to say fifth too much, so we don't get some people jealous, you know. Thank you. And today I would be introducing my role as the accountant and who said what. It's a two-faceted role. The first facet of it is the accountant part of it. I would be taking note of unnecessary sounds and repetitive words that are used while speaking. Words like you know, I mean, like. As Nigerians, we use those words a lot. So I will be picking out those words as used by each person that comes on here to speak. I would also be looking out for filler words, which we also call purse fillers, which affect the effectiveness of delivering your speeches. So you have this great speech and you have a lot of beautiful things you need to say, but this little purse fillers here and there just dampen the excellence of your speech. So we're training ourselves to make sure that we take out all of that from our speech. I'll be looking out for that today. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be called back by the Oga Pata, who is the general evaluator, to come on here and give my report of how we have fared. That's the first facet. Second one is the who said what. I'll be testing our listening skills just to be sure that's not for the grammarian. That's my role, yeah, great. So I'll be coming on here to test our listening skills and just pick out some phrases that stood out for me and ask us who said it. That should be fun. Looking forward to coming back to report. Back to you, the zinc.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ekuchin, for that succinct introduction. All right, we'll move on very quickly. Our next role player is our grammarian for the day, a gentleman himself who is a software engineer by day. In the evenings, sometimes like this, he's a Toastmaster, and in that aspect of his life, he is on the presentation mastery pathway. His hobbies include singing, And liking people's tweets. My people, we don't say anything. We just like the tweet. His favorite quote, what is what doing is what doing well. Welcome with me, our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Tony Ene.
Okay, thank you, the general evaluator of today, DTM Chooks. Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, for today, my job is very simple. And in most Toastmasters meetings, you see the grammarian and the R counter being fused together. But today, I actually have like laser focus because I'll just be introducing the word of the day and I'll be looking out for us to use that word actually. The aim is to increase our vocabulary so that we become even more, when we speak, we have some depth. So the word of today is a coalesce, and it's a verb, and it means to come together, to merge. There are other meanings that mean things like fuse, combine, unite. An example could be the singers agreed to coalesce their groups into one large group. Another example would be writing can help coalesce your thoughts into one brilliant idea. The synonyms are fuse, combine, join, blend. I especially like unite because we are talking about love and coming together today. Other synonyms are meld, integrate, and mix. Then the antonyms are split, separate, detach, disjoin, break, and divide. Back to you, DTM Chooks Mwabweze.
Thank you. Indeed, thank you very much, Toastmaster Tony. Our next role player is another really special Toastmaster, special friend of mine, who in the daytime is an entrepreneur, and as a Toastmaster is on the pathway called, or on the path called Dynamic Leadership. She is a member of two clubs, Lentor Toastmasters Club and Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club, which speaks to her capacity, which is a lot. And in those two clubs, she serves as the secretary and the vice president membership, respectively. Her hobbies include shopping. Yes, you're an entrepreneur, probably you like shopping, cooking, and listening to conscious lyrics. Favorite quotes: nothing good comes easy. We all work for it. Welcome with me, Table Topics Master, Toastmaster Josephine Agolo.
I appreciate you, our remarkable general evaluator, the Zing DTM Chooks. Thank you so much for the warmth of your introduction. Jolly good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. And there is one young Toastmaster by my side. I greet you, sir. Table Topics is that segment that helps members and guests to practice the act of improvisation and also helps us to coalesce our thoughts. It's actually the time where we learn impromptu speaking skills. It actually helps us to improve our listening skills, our speaking skills, and also our thinking skills. I have put up some questions and I have tagged them with colors. So when the time comes, we'll be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes by telling me your favorite colors. And I will encourage each and every one of us to partake in this session because love is in the air. Wear face masks. No matter the matter, I'll be rich till I die. It is back to you, the Zig DTM, our GE for today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Josephine. Indeed, love is in the air. I'm not yet feeling it. So probably after this meeting, I'll feel it a bit more. Our Table Topics Evaluator, I believe, will be my final introduction for today. She is a legal practitioner. And in Toastmasters, She serves as the Sergeant at Arms for OES Toastmasters Club. Her hobbies include traveling, reading, self-development, cooking, and exercising. Her favorite quote, "He who hesitates is lost. Things fall apart, and then the center cannot hold." Welcome with me, our table topics evaluator for today, Toastmaster Kafayat Ajibike Oshodi.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can see me. Are you here? Hello?
Yes, we can hear better now.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me. I hope I'll be able to evaluate each of the colorful table topics. And I look forward to my role in your meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello?
So, yes, we did hear you well. Thank you for the introduction. And that said, that is it from me for this time. We'll hand this back to the person who will indeed coalesce the various parts of this meeting together. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Esther Okereka.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Chooks, for introducing us to your team of role players today. And thank you to all our role players for the succinct introduction. We'll now immediately be kicking off to the table topics session. We have already met our table topics master, Toastmaster Josephine Agolo. Toastmaster Josephine, kindly come on the virtual lectern to kick off the first part of Toastmasters meeting, the table topics session. Over to you.
Thank you, my dearest Toastmaster Essay. Yes, thank you. It is that time where we learn how to speak impromptu, like I said earlier. We're going to be speaking for 1 to 2 minutes. And we should incorporate the word of the day, coalesce, while we speak. I want a Toastmaster to take the first question for members on the call to see how it is done. Can I get a volunteer, please?
Anti-I.
All right, student Tony. I have different colors of question. Just tell me your favorite color and I will give you the question that is attached to it.
Do you have anything like lemon green?
Lemon green. I'm going to put 2 questions together to bring forth lemon green. There you have it. Thank you. Have you tried loving someone so much that he or she made you cry? How did it go?
Have I tried loving someone so much that he or she made me cry? Okay, as a good fan and supporter of the alpha male group, I'm not supposed to cry over love, definitely, but this lady almost brought me to tears. And that was the highlights, of my 2022, because I don't know whether you have gone into any love or relationship that you, at the end of the day, you are thinking, was it not better this person told me no at the beginning than telling me yes, then halfway in, when your hopes are all there and it seems like both of you are now coalescing into one big gigantic ball of fiery love, like fire of love, and one little drop of water now quenches the whole fire, and you're just left like that in ashes. So that's what happened, and I almost cried. I reached out after some time. I wouldn't say I didn't sleep throughout the night. I slept around 3 a.m. And by the next day, I had to go back and say, what did I do? And she was like, okay, do you know what? It's not you. She gave me that famous quote by one Nigerian. We don't know who first said it. She's like, it's not you, it's me. I need some time to actually go over some things I'm passing through. So that is it. That's the story of my love journey. And after that experience, I've become somehow of a stronger member of that group of alpha males. I've definitely paid my dues. And when I go into another one, I wouldn't be crying over anything anymore. Thank you very much, TM Josephine.
Thank you most graciously, Toastmaster Tony, for that very coalesced question. See, let me tell you something. Real men cry. Forget this alpha male something. But I'm excited that you've learned something, and it will be taking you into your next love journey. Thank you for that very the hands are not coming forth. I will call somebody. We are very few on those calls. I don't think there are guests here. Toby Ibufunro. I hope I got that name correctly. Wari. Toby, are you on the call? Or Tobai? Tobai, yeah. Tobai. Okay.
Hi, I'm on the call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Would you like to speak for 1 to 2 minutes?
It's my first day and I'd rather observe still.
Okay.
Awesome.
Please, can you say that again? Sorry.
I said it's my first day and I'd rather observe still.
It's just for you to speak for 1
Table
to 2
Topic Master,
minutes.
we have 2 volunteers actually.
Okay. I can see Tunde Awoyemi. What is your favorite color?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tunde.
All right. My favorite color is sky blue, and I can see someone wearing blue.
Sky blue.
Yes.
Yeah, you have it, Tunde. Sky blue. Do you find it very difficult to pass compliments? If yes, why? And if no, why?
Thank you very kindly, the Table Topic Master. The question is, do I find it difficult to pass compliments? If yes, why? And if no, why? Now, I must tell you point blank that I find it very easy to pass compliment, especially to the opposite sex. When an opposite sex is wearing something glittering or is wearing a makeup that makes her look attractive, I can easily walk up to her and tell her that, oh, babe, I love what you are putting on. You look so nice. You look so beautiful. Keep it up. And the reason why I always do this is to encourage the person, to encourage and motivate the person so that she will know that what she's actually putting on is fascinating and is beautiful. Now, on the other hand, why I always find it easy to pass compliments is because I want the person, I want to boost the morale of that person. I want the person to walk and raise his shoulder up. I find it very easy to pass compliments. Back to you, the table topic master.
Thank you so very kindly, Toastmaster Tunde, for that very lovely response to the question, that you find it very easy to pass compliments. I personally think that some people find it very difficult to pass compliments. I don't know why they find it so difficult. I don't know what is there. When you see somebody, especially on maybe WhatsApp, I'll give an example. You see somebody well-dressed, looking beautiful. You just look at it and you pass. Is he or she not fine? Please show love, pass compliment. It's very simple. You're beautiful. You look good. Very, very simple. Thank you so much. You're my friend, Toastmaster Tunde, because I'm looking for those compliments. All right, we have just one question to go. Who is going for it?
We have TM Francis.
Toastmaster Francis, my mentor. Okay, what's your favorite color? What did you say?
Favorite color was, let's say my favorite color is and has already been chosen. That's what I meant to say. Was blue.
Okay. What is your second next favorite color?
I have to, okay, do you have black?
Black. Yes, I have black. Toastmaster Francis, your question goes like this. What does love means to you?
Thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What does love means to me? Well, of course, love has different meanings to different people. Some people will say it is showing care and emotions, positive emotions towards others. Some will say taking absolute care of people around you. And even Christ in the Bible said we should love ourselves, love our neighbors as we have loved ourselves. So to me, what does love mean to me? It means that I should be responsible, not just to myself, but to others around me. Most of the times, I see love as responsibility to myself and also to my immediate or people who are within my circle or even outside my circle. The reason I say that is because to love someone means to actually go beyond yourself and look out for that person. And even if they don't deserve it, even if they don't need it, because some people, there are people out there who doesn't need love. When you show them love, they will just rebuff and withdraw from you. So love to me means taking care of people around you. And for me to do that, I utmost need to take care of myself. So in a simple language, to me, love means taking care of those around you. And of course, equally seeing them, especially when they are not happy, you try to bring a smile to their faces. When they need something, if you have, you can assist them. And most importantly, you should equally share to them that to love one another is the greatest gift to give to our humans. That is why Albert Einstein will always say, love is the key. Back to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you very kindly. Toastmaster Francis, love is the key. Thank you everyone for your responses. Thank you, Toastmaster Tony, who took us on a journey of his love journey that he thought coalesced very well, but ended up making him to cry. And it's actually going to help him as he journeyed to another love journey. Thank you, Toastmaster Tunde, for letting us know that passing compliment is one of those easiest things that you do. And I totally like that. And thank you, Toastmaster Francis, for letting us know that love is being responsible for yourself and for others by showing care to yourself and showing care to others. Fellow Toastmasters, I would like to leave us with this quote by Anonymous. A life lived in love cannot be coalesced. I put that word so that I could use the word of the day, in dullness. And it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Eseoghene. The virtuous face is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Josephine. I really loved the questions. I loved picking the colors. It's really speaking because colors, love is in multiple colors. So I really loved that. And thank you for conducting a great table topic session. Thanks to everyone who listened in and participated. We would now be immediately moving on to the breakout session. We'll be having only 2 breakout rooms because of our numbers. The idea of a breakout session is just for us, even if we're only having a virtual meeting, to connect and bond with each other. I would be giving all of us an action. So find out the best way to show someone love, minus money and food. Minus money and food. You should learn from everyone in your district. That's the first question, like, what's the best way to show you love minus money and food? And the second one is that if you have to love in any language, which language would it be? Based on what you've seen, or in any culture, what would it be? Which culture do you think you like the way they show love and you would always want to be a part of it? This breakout session is going to be for 10 minutes. I would send a notification when we are halfway done and then when we should be rounding up. So please, that is the action. You would see a prompt come up on your screen. Kindly join whichever breakout room you are assigned to, and yeah, have fun. Tell us, learn more about how people would like to show love or want to show love. So it should be on your screen. Please confirm. Okay. And see you. Okay, welcome back. Let me see. People coming back. Welcome back, Toastmaster Sunday. You people now over enjoyed your time. Welcome back. Please confirm you can hear me.
Thank you.
Yes, we can hear. I can hear. I can see
We can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you. So there was a network glitch and I couldn't end the breakout room. So you guys got to enjoy much. We ended up using 15, but we're still within time, so that's good. But I hope we had a good breakout session. Let me see who would like to go first. Let me see someone I have not. Toastmaster Abiodun, are you available to share your breakout room experience? Hello? Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Tunde, since you're the first to come back in, duly noted, Toastmaster Abiodun. How was your experience? Can you share with us the thoughts of members in your group on how they would like love to be shown to them and the culture they like that shows love well?
Wow, it was a wonderful experience. You really missed not joining that breakout room. I had fun. When you have the likes of TM Tony, TM Francis, TM Josephine, what do you expect? It was fun all through. And we also had now Miss TM Oshodi, which she spiced up the discussion in that breakout room. When please TMOD next time, make sure you join our breakout room. Okay.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Our second breakout room, let me see, the Zinc DTM. Do you want to share thoughts on how the conversation went in your breakout room?
Which one? With respect to which of the questions?
Question number one, what were the preferences on how people would want to be shown love?
Oh, so it was really interesting. One person, Toastmaster Abiodun, talked about how she loved notes, like written notes. Could be handwritten, could be letters, emails, but just something thoughtful. The recurring thread across what everyone mentioned was thoughtfulness. So she talked about thoughtful notes. And Toastmaster Equity talked about thoughtful gifts, no matter how small they are. It can be a little pen with her name inscribed onto it, and that will be really nice. Toastmaster Chituru also talked about thoughtful things and even said thoughtful nothingness, just sitting down and saying nothing or just sharing time together. Yeah, that was some of them.
Thank you. I really like that thoughtful nothingness. So that's a good thing. Thank you for sharing. I'm glad we all got to meet and connect with different guests and members who are attending today's meeting. And thank you for participating. I hope you got to learn something new about someone in your group. We will not immediately, apologies, there seems to be an issue with the system. So we'll just immediately move on to the next part of today's session, which is the manual speech session. And to conduct that today, the speaker is going to be Toastmaster Essay. But to introduce the speech she will be giving, I would like to call on her evaluator, Toastmaster Francis. Toastmaster Francis, please come on the lectern to explain Toastmaster Essay's speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Remember, Toastmaster Essay is speaking from the Innovative Planning Pathways, Level 1, Project 4, and which is applying constructive feedback. The member doing this project has done a previous project that is level 1, project 3, and it entails that the member should give a speech, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to a second speech. So Toastmaster essay, the feedback you received from your first evaluator was for you to learn to master pauses while giving speeches, and for you to be able to ask audience questions and wait for answers. And particularly, you told me to watch out for the second feedback, that is ask audience questions and equally wait for their feedback before continuing with your speech. Toastmaster essay, I know you have a lot in store for us today. Kindly let us in. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Francis. I will now call on Toastmaster essay to the virtual lectern to give her speech. Let me hand over to myself. Look at you, fine girl, best in writing. You're so smart. Omo, you're the best writer in the world. Walai. You are a fine person. I am smart. I am kind. I am talented. I know my work very well. Raise your hand if you have ever heard, used any, or remain even a fan of affirmations. Those wonderful words and phrases we like to say to motivate ourselves. Raise your hand. Thank you, Toastmaster Josephine. I can see your hand up. Thank you, Toastmaster Chitiru. I can also see your hand up. Affirmations are things we use to motivate us as we go through life. Thank you, Toastmaster Tony. I am a big fan of affirmations, and I see that, like me, many other Toastmasters on this call like affirmations. We spread them around us. You might put it in your mirror, you might hang it on a board, put it somewhere you get to see every day. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Eseoghene Okereka, a writer. Eseoghene Okereka, a writer. I repeat and confidently introduce myself as this, but it wasn't always so. There is a quote by Iranian-American author, entrepreneur, and YouTuber, Alex Hormozi, that says, "You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubts." That phrase stayed with me and inspires today's speech. That I stand here today introducing myself as Essay, a writer, is a gift. One of my favorite writers and producers, creator of the excellent series Grey's Anatomy and Bridgerton, Shonda Rhimes, says that a writer is someone who writes. You are not Prince Williams. You have to do the work. If you call yourself a writer, then you should write. For me and a lot of people, we face insecurities about our careers. You know, sometimes there might be that clash between what you do for a living, what helps pay your bills, the kind of passion you'd rather pursue, your hobbies, or what people even know you for. I'm someone who's very good at ideating. I love stories. I love writing. I'm obsessed with words. And since I could remember, I've always wanted to be a writer, to be identified as a writer. And I'm not alone. There are many of us that have vision and goals that we want to be identified by. It might be to be a DJ or a social media influencer or a fashion designer or just even a subject matter expert to your field. Yet sometimes you might get insecure about applying for some of the opportunities you come across. You might ask yourself, am I qualified enough? Should I bother? But do you know the best way to get over that fear, especially in the face of opportunities? Outwork your self-doubt. If you had asked me years ago what I do if you just met me, I might identify by what I studied. Hi, I'm Essay, I'm an environmentalist. You might identify by where I work. Hi, I'm SA, I'm a research scientist. I rarely identify by what I preferred. Hi, I'm SA, writer. Because chances are they would almost always ask, oh, where have you published? How many books do you have? And then I would have to hem and haw about what I did. But then guess what happened? I joined Toastmasters, and it gave me a platform to coalesce all my thoughts about writing. Because you see, I was assigned to the visionary communication pathways after answering all the Toastmasters recommended questions. And that pathway literally arms you with tools to not just identify your vision, but to ideate how your vision will be fulfilled. And one of my projects was to create a blog and write posts across 6 months. I was terrified, I can't lie. But I decided I'm going to share my writings. Even if I might not be comfortable or I think they don't muster, I would just maybe not share it in my own private circles. I'm just going to share out that information. And if it's important enough, organically, the people that need it will find it. Do you know what happened? Can you guess? About a year after I had shared most of those blog posts and probably forgotten about them, I got an email notification. Hi, SA, I read about your writing for the Abuja Literary Festival. I would like to have a conversation around it. My dear Toastmasters and guests, today, if you Google my name and you say Eseoghene, Al Jazeera, I'm credited as a source. And not just I'm credited as a source, which maybe it's something to brag about, but it is how I am identified. Eseoghene Okereka, writer. Because you see, because I have been able to create a body of work, irrefutable proof that supports how I would like to be identified as a writer, it was easy for other people to also see me as a writer. Oh, don't worry, don't think I don't have doubt. So, in fact, if you still ask me right now to share some of my writings, I would still hem and haw. But you see, I know that I have built a space where other people can see my work. And even when maybe opportunities come, I can easily say, yes, this is documented proof of how I want you to see me. Doing the work, building proof, helps greatly in instilling confidence in whatever you're pursuing. So even if you doubt yourself and think, oh, I'm not good enough, should I be able to charge this amount for this skill I'm offering? When you've built enough irrefutable proof, you would outwork any self-doubt you have to become much more confident in whatever ambitions you have. Raise your hand if you know this song. They never see me coming, ja, 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 ja. Please ignore my voice. Thank you, Toastmaster Tony. I can see you swaying already. That is a lyric from a song, Bandana, by Fireboy featuring Asake. And it was one of my favorite songs in 2022. So you see, Asake is one of the reigning contemporary Nigerian musicians. And for the past year, the Nigerian social media space has been agog with memes and jokes and admiration, not just for his work or his awesome dancing skills, but for his work rate. You know, the world marvels at the amount of songs he seemed to have been able to release in a short period of time. They loved his creative prowess. But in a December 2022 article in The Republic, they discussed the captivating rise of this young man, Ololade Ahmed, that we know as Asake. And Asake talked about how, while studying theater and performance at Obafemi Awolowo University, he was able to get an environment that nurtured him on how to hone his craft and perform. In fact, he even confessed in an interview with MTV that his original intention for creating music was even as a vehicle for dancing, which was his first love. So he needed to create proof. His school and that environment gave him a place to learn how to build a body of work, to have enough material to always create and create. And as soon as he caught the public eye, guess what happened? He was able to release songs. He has gone on tours. He outworked whatever self-doubt he had. There was proof of the greatness of his creativity. Now, today, I have, and I still am, building irrefutable proof of my skills. So whether I might become famous someday like Shonda Rhimes, or for you, if music is your thing, you want to be like Asake, I strongly encourage you to immediately go about building your proof of work. For there would always be opportunities that come calling. Don't worry about any worries or concerns or self-doubt you might have. Look at what you've done. Remember, you don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror. I am a writer. I am this. I deserve this. You become confident by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Outwork your self-doubt. Thank you. Okay, let me clap for myself and hand back over to me. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Ese, for your speech. And thank you to everyone for listening in the speech. As always, in Toastmasters, we encourage feedback. So remember to share feedback either publicly or privately with her. We know that the main feedback in helping her grow would get it from her evaluator. We would immediately move to the evaluation session. And to handle this session, I would like to call on the Zing DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster Chooks. Distinguished Toastmaster Chooks, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster S.A. The true definition of a Toastmaster wearing many hats. My hat keeps jumping as one other hat adds to the number of hats that you are wearing. And I just wonder when they will all come crumbling down. But yeah, there ain't no Solomon Grundy here, or no, who was that one who said, oh no, no Humpty Dumpty from the war. Yes, so the hats are stacked up nicely. Thank you very much for how well you have piloted the affairs of this meeting till this point. And I trust that we've all had a nice time in this bubble, just as he called it when we started off the meeting. Really good. We'll move on to the evaluations now, and we will kick that off, coalescing the very third and final aspect of today's meeting with feedback and evaluation. That will be kicked off by the feedback for our table topics segment, which will last for just about 4 to 6 minutes maximum. That will be delivered by Toastmaster Chidike Oshodi. Over to you, Megan.
Thank you so much. Table topics master who use colors in this colorful period of Valentine and this colorful period of changing Naira notes into different colors. So that was very innovative. The first person to talk was Toastmaster Tony, and he repeated the question for emphasis. His question was, have you tried, when has loving led to tears? And he gave us a very relatable story, which we've all been through, when in fact, love has been painful. Apart from repeating the question for emphasis, he gave us a personal story, and we could see how touched he was by that experience. He used very good metaphors, and he gave us also a very personal glimpse into a sensitive alpha male. Alpha males don't cry, I think he said. And that showed us how touched he was by that love story. But we hope he'll get over it. And it was a very good topics master. Session with topics was from Tunde. And he told us about compliments. Compliments are very essential in this time. The ability to make somebody smile with the recession and what is going on with Nigeria. And he told us he was very good at giving compliments and he found it very easy. In fact, he gave us a glimpse why we should give compliments. He said it boosts the person's morale. Again, he gave a glimpse into his personality. And in this season of love, he gave us the ability to actually boost another person's morale, which is very essential. The last table topics were those of Francis, and he very cleverly stated the different kinds of love: the religious love, family love, and he actually told us that we should love ourselves. When he said the greatest love of all is to love ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, how can we love each other? He painted that love your neighbor as yourself. In this time of Valentine, he didn't reduce it to just love, the romantic love. He was very good. All very good, but nobody used the word of today. Nobody, in fact, I don't know if anybody has used the word of the day today. So that was one I'm failing. So well done, table topic speakers, and I encourage you all of us to speak. Thank you very much. That's the end of my evaluation.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ajibike, for that evaluation. Lots of good things across those speeches today, and you pointed quite a number of them out. Really, really good across board. The only thing I would add at this point is this will be to Toastmaster Tony, is that I missed a little more flesh in the story that you told. It felt like you wanted to tell us a story, then you decided, let me just give you the summary of the story and tell you what came off it. I'm not going to go through the details, but what makes stories what they are is flesh, is the flesh of the story. And I loved how you started flashing back to 2022. It all began on that sunny day in 2022, and everyone's attention was primed, waiting to hear the rest of it. And it just went straight to, oh, well, it didn't work out. And then you gave all the nice analogies, fiery ball of love quenched with the drop, all really good. But I thought that if we had a little more, maybe this is our gossip part, just waiting to hear a little more. Yes, what happened, but it usually makes for greater stories with just a little more flesh there. So that's what I'll leave in addition to what we've heard from Toastmaster JD. I did hear a bit of the word of the day used. Toastmaster Tony did use it in his table topic, but I'll leave that for him to comment on first before I come back to that. Next, we will get the speech evaluation from the only speech that we heard today on outworking our self-doubt. Let's hear from Toastmaster Francis Ehiabi, please. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, DTM, for bringing me back. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmaster Ese, I must say that I am mesmerized in your voice modulation, or the way you use your voice eloquently in that speech. I heard every single word you pronounced. But why this speech is about you infusing or coalescing the feedback you got when you delivered this speech the first time, I must recommend that, I must commend, beg your pardon, that your use of story, your personal story, and a vivid story painted a clear picture that stories leave long-lasting effects with audience, especially with me when you delivered this speech. On the recommendation, you were asked to inculcate pauses and audience engagement. Have you done that well today? Absolutely yes. For instance, you asked the first question, do you know what happened? Can you guess? Though my network couldn't allow me to get the story before you asked that question, but I heard you ask that question and you equally paused to get the audience feedback before you continued speaking. Then again, you ask, raise your hand if you love this song. Then you started singing. Of course, there was a member, an audience member that was swaying to your song. That is why I said you absolutely inculcated the feedback you got from your first speech. Ese, I may suggest that if you really want to challenge yourself more, still work on your pacing. At some point, you were pacing too much. I would have loved it if you slow down a little bit, just the way you started your speech. It could have made the speech more entertaining, more engaging, and also more relaxing. I would like to end by stating that you had a wonderful closing where you said, you don't become who you want to be by shouting affirmations in front of the mirror. You have to outwork your self-doubt. Why that was a strong conclusion, I think it would have leave a long-lasting impression if you have taken it slowly. You don't overwork. You don't become who you want to be by shouting affirmations in the front of the mirror. You have to outwork your self-doubt. In all, essay, you did a fantastic job. You mesmerized me by your personal story and the vivid story of Asake. You did inculcate your pulses and feedback, the feedback you got from the first speech, which is audience engagement and inculcating pulses in your speech. And I recommended that you could do well with your pacing and end well while you are closing your speech. Slow it down a little bit so that we, the audience, can have a long-lasting impression of the speech. Well done, and back to you, the Chief Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Francis. Really lovely evaluation, so much to learn from that. I love the way you were very clear with the things that you like the most about the speech, and not just the things that you like the most, the things that satisfy the requirements of the speech, because that's where the evaluations for pathway speeches, that's where it is domicile, that's where it lies, about satisfying the requirement for the speeches, not necessarily what the speech evaluator likes. And I like how you stuck with that for a large part of the evaluation. Thank you very much. And for Toastmaster essay, again, fantastic speech. Just I'll hang on a bit of what Toastmaster Francis talked about there, and the way you ended. Yes, slow down for more impact, but I'm a big fan of circling back, and it was really nice to see you do that nicely at the end there, because I know you use those same words, that you do not become who you want to be by shouting affirmations to yourself in front of the mirror. You did start off at the beginning with that, and the way you circled back to that also at the end with a bit more emphasis was really good to see overall. The only thing I would add there is that, again, these are the, everything has pros and cons. So these are the cons of a Toastmaster wearing many hats. You were in different phases or different spaces during the speech, which weren't wearing that many hats, but those many hats you would not have been. So you almost felt like you had to keep tabs with multiple screens and juggling balls. And I know that you always be keen on how you show up in the frame of a camera when you speak online or virtually, but that you were not keen on today. It was almost like you're just in a corner there. And I think that is down to how many things you were juggling today. So just something to watch out for the next time. And I hope it doesn't happen often that you decide to juggle 4 roles in one meeting. Beyond that, well done, Toastmaster essay. And another round of applause to you, because that was really good. Thank you. We'll move on to the rest of our reports for this really special meeting. And the next one will come from our grammarian, the Alpha Male himself. Let's welcome Toastmaster Tony.
Yes. Thank you very much, the General Evaluator. Thank you very much. So for today, I think we did so fantastic. It was a very strong coalition. The meeting was like we were all siblings discussing over the dining table. It was very sweet syncopation of different ideas. So for the word of the day, Toastmaster Tony used it once, Toastmaster Francis used it once, Toastmaster Josephine used it twice, and DTM Chooks used it once. And there were some phrases that that caught my attention, and I would actually want to just commend those who use them. So, Toastmaster essay, your key phrase, the quote you started with, you said, you don't become confident by having a stack of positive affirmations, but by believing what you say. And you ended it with that killer line. You said, outwork your self-doubts. It's not so much for Ese grammatical construction, but for Ese mental impact. I must actually commend that. And I thank everyone that leaves this meeting. If you don't remember anything, you'll probably remember that quote by TM Ese. And I particularly love the quote that we started with. The theme of the meeting, my culture is my identity and my personality. And it's more or less talking about the way we deal with love. So thank you very much, distinguished Toastmasters, those that used the word of the day. Thanks for that use. And I hope going forward, we will inculcate it and infuse it and coalesce it in our day-to-day grammar. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tony, for coalescing that grammarian feedback, grammar feedback for the meeting. We'll move on quickly to our counters report that will be provided by Toastmaster Ekuchi Joy James. Over to you.
Good evening. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Loud and clear, we can hear you.
And can also see me. All right, so just a little disclaimer. I had some network glitches that threw me off for a period of time, but I would say for sure that we did so well today with the use of pause fillers. We did not use any pause fillers. I particularly must commend DTM Chooks and Toastmaster Josephine. Special shout out to them for how they manage their pauses. Truly, truly impressive. Toastmaster Ese had the highest with so's. She had about 4 so's and 3 airs. Every other person was spot on with their accounting. We'll move straight ahead to the Who Said What report. So someone sang a song at the beginning. Love is in the air, wear face mask. So I want to ask, my question is, who is the original founder of those lyrics? Not the person that said this in the Toastmasters meeting, the original Baba that has those lyrics.
How do we know that it's not the Toastmaster that gave it to
Keith Daniel. Keith Daniel.
Keith Daniel.
Toastmaster is simply campaigning for you.
Keith Daniel. Okay, last one. Someone said that he served him breakfast to the point where he cannot say he did not sleep all through the night. He slept at 3 a.m. Who is this person?
Tony. Toastmaster Tony.
Toastmaster Tony. Thank you so much. And it's back to you, the DTM Chooks.
Thank you for that report, testing our listening skills and testing our ability to manage our pauses appropriately. Thank you, Toastmaster Ekuchi. All right, we'll move on then to the final report for today. It's our timers report that will come again from the woman who has so many hats, Toastmaster Ese Okereka.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. For the table topic session, Toastmaster Tony used 1 minute, 45 seconds. Toastmaster Tunde used 1 minute, 49 seconds. Toastmaster Francis used 2 minutes, 24 seconds. For the manual speech, Toastmaster Ese used 7 minutes, 4 seconds. For the table topics evaluation, Toastmaster Jibike used 2 minutes, 40 seconds. For the manual speech evaluation, Toastmaster Francis used 3 minutes, 59 seconds. For the grammarian report, Toastmaster Tony used 1 minute, 58 seconds. For the accountant report, Toastmaster Joy used 1 minute, 18 seconds. And for the timing report, Toastmaster SA has used 49 seconds. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Fantastic, fantastic precision, which helps us get better. If you know exactly how much time you used, you can better pace yourself the next time you are in similar shoes. And that's why we'll do these timing reports with these precise timings down to the second. So thank you very much, Toastmaster SA. By way of general evaluation, this has been a good meeting. I have noted the various metaphors that we have used to describe the meeting. I mentioned earlier on, Toastmaster SA talked about it being like a bubble. Toastmaster Tony went on to describe it as siblings at a dining table. Interesting metaphors that we've used to describe the meeting today, but all relatable. And I've enjoyed it. I think it's been warm. One other person had used that word also to describe it. And overall, it's been a good one. And I say, well done to everyone. I've liked the preparation for the meeting, the way the agenda came together, how nice it looks. The timing is all properly done. I take time to go through all those things. I actually do the maths and add it to be sure that we're not just copy pasting. So that was really good to see that the thoughts required went into that. Really lovely, the invite and how that went out. Even when there was a glitch somewhere, how that got fixed. I love the fact that we started on time, as is Toastmasters culture. The fact that half of us that are here now were probably here already 5 to 7 minutes before the meeting. So over half of us that are here now, we're already here quite a few minutes before the meeting. That was also quite nice. Thank you, all our role players. It's been fantastic delivery of the various roles that we have taken up. There are a few things here and there I would have added to some of the evaluation and feedback that we have given, but overall, I would say it's been good. It's been good. Performing roles in Toastmasters is quite a task, and sometimes some of us, I mean, all of us, me inclusive, we sometimes don't have a full grasp of how much of a task it is. For example, being accountant or grammarian, it requires thorough listening skills. Maybe one of these days, if you had the time, you would go back, maybe when you're more relaxed, and play a meeting over again and realize maybe how many R's and erms they were in that meeting compared to what was counted. And you just might be surprised at the discovery you made. And that points to the amount or the level, the quality of listening skills that you require to perform a number of these roles. Today it's been commendable, but there's always room for improvement. So let's keep going in that direction. I know that it's quite evident that we could have been more today. So there's obviously work there to be done. And this work is not just for club executives. It's not just sitting on the desk of vice president membership. It is all of our collective duty to ensure that we get more people in the room to enjoy this very beautiful evening that we start off in this way. So let's have that a couple of weeks time when we, on the fortnight, when we meet again. But what I really liked today was that whichever way it was, we still had that one guest who unfortunately we didn't get to hear more from eventually, but it was good to have that one guest in our midst. It was not just we all siblings on a dining table. We had one guest. Beyond that, it's been fantastic organization, and I'll just say well done, Pecten, and let's keep up the good work and keep going. Just a bit more putting the word out there in terms of the meeting and getting more people through the doors. A bit less hats on only one person. For example, today in practical terms, my personal preference, it's not written anyway, but my personal preference would have been a few of us doubled some of those roles that Toastmaster SA had to do 4 of today. So if we had probably an accountant and timer and a grammarian and Zoom master or something like that, just to spread the load a bit more, that would have been nicer than having one person do 4 or 5 roles. And I think that's just room for improvement also going forward. Like we can spread the, even when we need to double hat, let's spread the double hats in as much as possible. That said, I will draw the line here and say thank you for the opportunity to have also played this role and being a part of this meeting. I've loved it. It's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Eseoghene.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, and thank you everyone who has participated in today's tables topic session. Our guests, this would have been when we welcome all our guests. I don't know if we have any guests on the call, so I'm still just going to scroll through. I know we had a guest earlier. Toastmaster, I know Toastmaster Tunde is a Toastmaster. I don't know if this is his first time visiting our club. And Toastmaster Chituru too. Okay, I'm assuming this is not your first time visiting our club, but if it is, we're really grateful to have you here. If it's not, we like that you attended again and we hope to see you more often. By the way of announcements, our next meeting is going to be on the 21st of February. It would likely be our contest, but we would, if the plans are in play, we would inform the house way ahead of time. In addition, we keep encouraging everyone, just the way we encourage you, if you have to move off in your pathway so we can meet our discipline goals. If you need any help, if maybe depending on your schedule, you would prefer another time, there are many clubs within the Toastmasters communities that are always willing to provide a speaking slot for you. In addition, we would also encourage us to help join in publicity. We are really grateful to all the role players who happily volunteered to play these roles. And we would also encourage everyone, even if you're not able to attend just Pecten meeting, there are multiple meetings. We want us all to improve our leadership and communication skills. It is the season of love. I hope we all get to celebrate love in a language we understand and enjoy. And of course, if you do not get the version of love you prefer, you can provide it for yourself or strive to provide it for yourself. This has been a very beautiful meeting in our bubble. I like the fact that all the parts have coalesced to bring a very beautiful production. The recording of this meeting will be shared on our general WhatsApp groups later within the week. I would like one person to volunteer for us to round up with our tongue twister. The idea is to help improve our pronunciations. So would anyone like to volunteer? You just need to say it 11 times. I can happily count for you. Who would like to read out our tongue twister of the day? It's Toastmaster Abiodun. Is it now comfortable for you to speak?
Okay, since you called me, let me try.
Yes. Okay.
11 benevolent elephants, 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 11 benevolent elephants.
11. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abiodun. 11 benevolent elephants. So let's think about that as we coalesce all our plans for the rest of the week. Thank you for attending today's meeting. Love in my culture. What is love in your culture? No matter how your culture expresses love, love is understood in all languages. This has been Pecten Toastmasters' first February meeting, and we'll be delighted to see you in our next one. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your evening and your week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.